We are back to the Next Generation, episode 24 of this immaculate season. Only 3 episodes left of this season. How are you feeling?
3 episodes left. This is, once again, I've said this before, this is this season's game to lose. I mean, this is a 3-1 lead, 2016 Cavs Warriors. I mean, but if the Warriors didn't fuck it up, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen in this. The only scenario ever in the world where I didn't wish that would happen. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, the season's great, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and even at this point, even if these last 3 episodes were all bad, it would be a bad taste to end it off. But there's been so much this season that's been great that it would still be up there as one of the great seasons. But if we can end strong, that would be something.
Yeah, and I'm getting sad that it's winding down because, I don't know, we've heard ups and downs about season 7, but I just put all those thoughts in my mind and they go out the other side because I remember season 3 of TOS, or even season 1 of TNG. Let me judge it on its own.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to get jumping into it. Episode 24.
Yeah. Show Ricker on the trombone. Come on.
Yeah. Everyone in civilian clothing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, how about that guy next to Riker there? Look at that makeup.
Yeah.
Any request tonight?
Nightbird.
Any request? Ladies and gentlemen, Nightbird.
He's got the communicator on the robe.
Will's been trying to get this piece right for 10 years.
Oh,
that's cruel.
It's like playing Through the Fire and Flames on Guitar Hero.
Data to Commander Riker. Go ahead. Commander, you are needed on the bridge.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful.
I love that the rest of the band keeps playing too.
The transporters are considerably more efficient than those used on the Potemkin 8 years ago.
It's a good thing. I almost didn't make it off the surface. How long will the transport window be open?
26 minutes. After that, the distortion field will rephase. The next transport window will not occur for another 8 years.
That sounds extremely dangerous.
Danger is what we do. But interesting that Riker was part of that team 8 years ago.
Yeah.
The survivors may have taken refuge here.
Commander, someone is approaching.
Oh! Okay, so... Yeah, okay, just one of the best hooks of the series, all right?
Bravo. Oh, shit. What? Oh, now my mind's... What could it be? Could it be a clone? DNA left behind, like Kalis?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously it had to have had something to do with him being there 8 years ago. Like, I know it's 6 seasons in, but at this point it was just like so masterfully made. It's like that whole hook, just the direction of it, the score, like it was all so great. It's like, damn, I don't want it to end.
When I tried to contact the ship, I couldn't get through the interference. I was lost on that day. That's not what happened.
Oh!
What?
Oh!
Would you be willing to have our doctor check you out? Of course.
Think there was a split in the transporter?
Yeah, that has to be. And I'm also surprised, honestly, that this hasn't happened more often with transport technology. I love just even the little changes, like his facial hair is a little different. You know, it's like they definitely had to film all of his normal scenes and then the other one.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, it must have been such a pain in the ass.
Oh,
Imagine, like, we missed something. It's like, well, I already shaved.
I was doing some repairs under the station when an earthquake hit. Got caught in a rock slide.
So no one on the Enterprise even knows. He doesn't know any of them.
No, none of them. Who are you?
Jean-Luc Picard. Lieutenant Will Riker.
Lieutenant.
I am Will Riker. I don't know who or what made it back to the Potemkin that day, but it wasn't me.
Oh, I just noticed the top of his shirt. He's got the old...
Oh, that is a jacket. I couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
been a while since I've had a decent meal. Doctor?
So what did you eat?
Rats.
Dead corpses? Well, no, everyone else got out, I guess.
An interesting approach. He must have been planning to reintegrate the two patterns in the transport buffer.
All right, LeVar.
It was reflected back to the surface.
And another William Riker materialized there.
The containment beam must have had the exact same phase differential as the distortion field.
Which of them is real?
Both.
Oh, Troy would have known him, right?
I suppose it's a little like meeting someone's twin. We now have two Will Rikers on board.
That's insane.
He was alone down there for a long time. I'm hesitant to let him go back until he's been evaluated.
I'll talk to him.
Oh, it's about to get crazy.
Well, I mean, how long have they known each other?
I mean, she just said in the hook, he's been working on this for 10 years. I think they've known each other like a super long time.
Smart.
Oh, in the yellow.
That's crazy. This is so weird.
And it's like, I'm wondering how, it's like, okay, what's going to happen so that we don't have two Will Rikers forever? Ah!
I'm sorry.
Oh!
Oh, man. I bet they're a lot closer back then.
We need to talk. Commander Riker and I are friends. Close friends, but nothing more.
Yeah.
You see, he earned a promotion very quickly. He chose to make his career a priority.
Oh, dude. So he, broke up with her, basically. Oh, shit.
We've served together for 6 years. Things never went back to the way they used to be.
Do you know how I made it through?
Oh, don't say it.
Maybe I'd see you again.
I know this isn't what you were hoping for, but that doesn't mean you can't make a future for yourself.
Thanks. And I know your feelings have changed. Mine haven't. I can't just give up. I'd like to be with you again.
Good night, Will.
Oh, damn.
Take it from me, bro. Just give up. Just give up.
Yeah, you went through this exact situation.
The exact same thing. Yeah. Yeah, the more
Alex is actually a clone.
the more successful me is out there somewhere.
It's like, Deanna, obviously being an empath, she had to feel all that, in that room with him, and still turn him down.
Mm-hmm.
How long will we have, Lieutenant?
36 minutes, sir.
My God.
We are losing time. Lieutenant Riker should be here.
Dude, I would not go back to that ship, dude.
I've been thinking we should probably let Dad know what happened.
I'm sure he'd be thrilled to know the two of us now.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
What did he say when you turned down your own command?
He couldn't understand why I did it.
Then we fought.
Nice small callback to that episode.
Mm-hmm.
The Icarus factor.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
We have less than 3 minutes left.
We're ready to beam out. You go ahead. I'll be finished by the time you get back.
Hold it!
Uh-oh.
I gave you an order, Lieutenant!
A little off, that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It wasn't atrocious or anything.
Computer, Valerian root tea.
Valerian Root, classic. Do you think they're going to do like a fight and then one of them's going to change the shirts? Like, the lieutenant's going to change the shirts?
Oh, which one's the lieutenant?
That one.
Meet me in Transporter Room 3 at 1900 hours. It's important.
Please be Barkley.
Thank you, Deanna, for reading it out loud for us.
Oh, brother. No. No.
Hey, you can't blame the guy. They were literally together when he got stuck.
It pulses unendingly all through the night. Seek out the crystal that powers our flight.
Oh no, not a crystal.
Can I help you, Counselor?
No, thank you.
Leave it to Jordy to write an episode about a guy being creepy and doing romantic things.
Wait, did he write it?
No.
Because I missed the writing credit. I would have believed you.
Renee and someone else in the story. Imagine he did all this and she didn't do any of it.
She never went.
Where did you get
I
this?
made it a couple of years ago down at the station.
Wow.
It's lovely. Thank you.
Can you stay and talk for a while?
I don't know what it is, but his mannerisms are just slightly different.
It's so great.
Remember, I'm the one who wanted to make captain by the time he was 35. I'm a little behind schedule.
So is the other one.
Things are a little more complicated than I had planned, but there's nothing going to stand in the way of my getting what I want.
And that's you, bro. It's you, Deanna.
How does this resolve? Is this, there could be 2 Rikers in Starfleet?
Riker's gonna have to kill him.
Yeah. Which one, though?
They thought that I had been killed in the beam out. No one came down because they thought there was no one to come down for.
What an even worse reality, though. No, someone else is living your life.
I would look up into the sky and I'd think, if I tried hard enough, I could make you feel my presence. Oh, it sounds crazy, but there were times when I could have sworn.
Sometimes I'd look into the sky and imagine that he knew. Maybe one night we were looking up at the same star and you were thinking about me. I was thinking about you.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Dude. Just marry. Just get married. Oh my god.
I'll look over the schematics and I'll draw up a mission plan.
I'm sure that Lieutenant Riker will be happy to help you with that.
Yeah, if he doesn't die, like, where does he go in his career?
Bro, he's dying, bro. He's dying. There's no other answer.
Sir, I just met with the captain about your mission recommendation. I would appreciate it if next time you came to me.
Oh, brother.
Oh, Jesus.
You wouldn't hear me out. I heard you, Lieutenant. I rejected your plan.
See, the Commander Riker, he's actually always hated himself, so this is like a fantasy fulfillment.
I am your commanding officer, and I expect you to do the same. If you can't, there's no place for you on my away team. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Oh, hey. Doing Worf's,
It clears the mind. Oddly blank gray room.
Just because things turned out the way they did between you and Commander Riker doesn't mean you shouldn't let things between you and Lieutenant Riker take their own course.
I knew you'd encourage me.
I thought that's why you brought it up.
which one?
Well, I think I'll call it a day. Beverly.
Oh, that's Lieutenant.
Man, LeVar loves his spinning.
What is that called? Mr. Worf's a very good teacher.
Oh, she's going for it. She's going for it. Oh! Damn.
That's good. At some point, they're gonna have to do some twin magic stuff, right? Or, you know, some jokes about, you know, them being twins and one being the other.
Hello, Will.
If you want to be with him, you don't have to ask my permission.
Oh,
geez.
immediate. He's the empath.
The look in your eyes, I recognize it. You used to have it for me.
God. Well,
This
you
is
turned her
insane.
down. You turned her down, bro.
Yeah, you literally broke up with her. And then you had 6 years here.
We've both had relationships with other people.
You especially, Will.
Be careful.
Will, I know you and he have had some problems.
That's not what I'm talking about. If he had gotten off the planet instead of me, don't you think he would have made the same choices that I made?
Dude, that's what I was thinking.
I just don't want you to be hurt again.
But he also went through a completely different 8 years
Yeah.
than you. That could, you know, change him, but...
I'd like to thank you both for your very generous contributions.
Mid-episode poker scene. That's rare.
Come in.
Oh boy.
Why don't you join us?
Would you be a dick to yourself? If you had a version of yourself?
Oh no, I'm way too egotistical. I would glaze myself.
I don't know. I'd had some empathy for a version of myself that was stranded on a planet for 8 years.
Exactly. But then that version of yourself starts dating your ex. Oh, wait a minute.
Your ex that you broke up with, though. I don't know.
You control the bet, Lieutenant.
50.
Fold.
You must be holding something. Why not make it a little sweeter? No thanks. Playing it safe.
I will call.
It's like you're not my commanding officer here, bitch.
And it'll cost you another 100. You're bluffing. You and I play things a little differently. I thought you were willing to settle for second, Commander. I've never settled for anything in my life. Be lucky to do so well, Lieutenant. Why don't we get this over with, and I'll raise you anything you've got left. Take it. You always had the better hand in everything.
Would have been great if he went, I was bluffing, by the way.
Captain Picard has made some inquiries and managed to get me a posting on the Gandhi.
I see.
I would never hurt you, Deanna.
I've worked hard to make a life for myself on the Enterprise.
If the situation were different, I'd stay. But I can't. Not while he's aboard.
I know.
Are you saying it's over?
No. I just don't know if I'm ready to give up my life here.
Good night.
Oh.
Damn. Dude, the fact that this happens to Riker and I end up feeling bad for Troy more, that's crazy.
The third transport window has opened, and the away team is...
Oh, now he's gonna die. Let's go.
Oh, God, I like this Riker, though.
If you met a double of yourself, would you have difficulty interacting with him?
I am not easy to get along with.
Here's the core over there.
Oh my God, he's...
Oh, he's gonna try to kill him?
You've been down here dozens of times. I'm sure you know the best way.
Yes, sir.
I do.
Now he's acting all sus. Oh, my God.
It's working. The radiation levels are dropping to normal.
Why shake his head at him?
Such a dick. Whoa.
Oh my God, dude.
Come on! Climb! Come on! One of us has to get out of here! Climb! Climb! Climb!
Long live the king.
Oh. Oh my God. Whew. Now all our problems are solved.
Okay.
Oh. That's how you do tension.
We have retrieved the database from Navala Station and are headed for our rendezvous with the Gandhi.
So bro's gonna survive.
He's gonna live!
Bro's gonna survive. We got Giant Spock, and now we have Riker's twin.
Oh my God. What's he gonna call himself?
I won't be joining you.
I guess I'm not surprised to hear that.
Come in.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's all right.
Oh yeah, they're friendly now.
It's gonna be the
My quotas are
trombone.
full of things that I suppose belong to both of us. The least I can do is give you this. Good luck, Will. I actually thought I might go with the name Thomas.
Oh.
Your middle name.
William T. Riker.
I never really cared for that name. Well, I sort of like it.
In front of him is crazy.
Take care of her.
Fucking hell.
Oh my
Fucking
god,
Christ.
dude. Real quick, I just wanted to mention it. I didn't miss it. At the end, he was like, Thomas or whatever, he's like, oh, I never cared for that name. And he's like, I think I like it. Like, just, again, showing the small differences between them. Wow.
Season 6.
It's like, what? It's like, what is this show, dude? What is this show? Oh, my God.
Ugh.
We just watched Second Chances, the TNG episode, and now we're going to talk about it. But first, our whiteboard reactions. Alex, Season 6 strikes again. I gave this an S.
An S? Really? Shit, because I also gave it an S. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get started here.
Ah, yes. Very important.
Yeah, very important.
So this episode's fucking amazing.
Yeah, this episode is damn near perfect. What a great reveal. Who's going to be, the setup is so obvious. Oh my God. Like the Scotty setup. Who's coming through? Who's over there? Who's the humanoid? And it's fucking Will Riker. And what an amazing idea. Transporter thing goes wrong where it reflects back. And that's what basically happens in the transporter, right? You're basically recreated. You're cloned almost every time you go through it because you're taken apart and you're put back together. And if it's reflected, another one's created. And just the idea of another version of yourself being out there, such an amazing tool to tell a story. And that was the story. There was nothing else. I mean, I sound like a broken clock, but these episodes are so goddamn good when it's just all in this circle of trauma, grief, and character development. And I don't need another alien coming on board. And the tension is there because Lieutenant Riker could die. Because that's what we're thinking the entire time. He's dying. It's going to end up with him dying. There's no other way. And I've never been so tense to watch a character I know that's not going to die, being Riker, but another version of Riker dying. And it was great. The whole thing was amazing. I mean, I want to go piece by piece here and break it down, but just overall, it was perfect.
I was not convinced that Lieutenant Riker was going to survive this episode until the last scene in his quarters when he's leaving. Like, even after he survived the bridge collapse and they looked at each other, I was not convinced he was not dying. So that's how good it was, the tension. And because it's just the idea of another version of your character, one of your main characters just then surviving and being part of this universe, there's no reason it can't happen, but it's just something that in TV doesn't happen. Like, you don't do that in TV very often. So, that's why we always joke about Giant Spock, right? Like, oh, there's just Giant Spock out there. It's funny. And, I've been saying for a long time that Data is my favorite character. I think Deanna Troi is my favorite character in this show.
Really? Okay.
I truly think she is. Maybe not the earlier seasons. Not her fault. They didn't give her anything. Mm-hmm. But specifically, season, I don't know how much she did in season 4, but in the last few seasons specifically, this back half of the show, I mean, for this to be a straight up Riker episode, 2 Rikers, and she's the one I'm feeling for. She's the one, that's like the emotional impact of this story. And I'm so glad they went there, because when they first come aboard and then they're in the conference room, and I was like, oh, Riker isn't going to know any of these people. I had totally forgotten it. I was like, oh, of course he's going to know Deanna. And then, I thought maybe they would just make it, they just have a scene or two together, whatever. But no, that's the story. And I'm so glad that's how they went with it.
And it was set up and established so perfectly, so even casual viewers or dumbasses like myself who can't remember the song, he's been trying to get this right for 10 years. They've known each other over 10 years. Riker's been stranded here for 8 years. Boom, got it. Perfect. And what an amazing opening scene, though. Riker playing the trombone. Always love seeing Riker play the trombone. And not only is it just a nice little cute throwaway, Riker playing the trombone, he gives the trombone to Thomas Riker. Great.
At the end,
Yeah.
And
circling back.
I'm sure he can own more than one trombone, but the fact that he says, I have all this stuff that technically belongs to you, makes me think that that's the trombone he's had for years. So it's not just giving him a trombone, it's sentimental, and it makes that moment so great between them. And I am also glad that they solved their little petty drama by the end of the episode and it wasn't left off as this rivalry. I'm glad that they kind of, they're not going to be best friends or anything, but they kind of have that understanding when he leaves, and that's what makes it so great.
Yeah, there's no one who I have more issues with than myself. At first I was thinking, why is he so hard on him? And I realized I'm hard on myself more than... If I had an actual physical version of myself, I can verbally beat up and legally do it because I'm his commanding officer, I probably would. And if I had, a version of myself that got to live the life I never did, broke up with a woman I'm in love with because I never had that development, I'd be pissed off at him too. It was a perfect amount of being pissed off at each other and a good reason to do it. Great.
The opening scene I want to touch on one more time. We've talked about before, why aren't, wear some civilian clothing, and we get to see all of them, not just our named characters, Beverly, Deanna, and Riker in civilian clothing. Literally all of 10 Forward. It was no one that was there was on duty. That was awesome to see. And Riker having the badge on his silk shirt.
He must have been technically on call.
Yeah. It was maybe first officer always is. I don't know, but that was great. And the scene between Deanna, Beverly, and then Lieutenant Riker when they're doing the Worf martial arts stuff. Of course, I will bring up the obvious. The only time Deanna and Beverly ever have a scene together alone is when they're talking about a boy. It's unfortunate, but
isn't that called something? It
was the Bechdel test. But it's okay, so put that aside. It's still a really nice scene between them, and I love how Beverly's basically just egging her on, and she's like, "Oh, I knew you'd encourage me." And she's like, "I thought that's why you brought it up." Just great. They're not. They are friends, but they're not portrayed as this super close bond. But it's nice to have that moment, and then right after that is when Troy folds and gives in and kisses Will. It's maybe it was Beverly. She just needed one person to encourage her or to tell her it's okay. And that kind of shows that she wanted it the whole time.
Yeah, and it makes sense for Beverly. Troy to seek out. She's the counselor. Everyone goes to her. So where does she go? She goes to Beverly. And it makes sense. They've had scenes before. They had the nice stretching scene from...
where they were also talking about a boy.
They were also talking about a boy, yeah. So that totally makes sense.
The scene in the haircut / salon when Beverly's getting her nails done, where they're also talking about a boy, but on Beverly's side. So it's a very consistent thing. It'd be nice to see them have a discussion about the Warp Core, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, give them some ship stuff to deal with, not just the men. Yeah. While it's fresh in my brain, I just want to touch on the fascinating idea of a love lost, but the person's still alive, but the chance to, get back with this person because they're still in that same mental state, and you get to get back with this person who they once were, this lost love, and it's something that never happens. I've broken up with people, and they completely change, and they're brand new people, they're dating someone else, and you're always thinking about, man, I miss that lost love. To actually get that fucking back in a completely separate person who didn't have the 8 years of development of being promoted to commander of a different ship and all that, insane. What a great a practical metaphor being portrayed on screen, or being portrayed. Just a mindfuck.
In such a specific scenario where it's not a version of him from 8 years ago that's being time traveled here. The fact that because of this super rare scenario he's in, he was just in solitude basically for 8 years alone. So he is the same age as Commander Riker. He is the same person. He just went through 8 years completely alone. And of course that's going to change you in some way, but mentally he's still back where he was 8 years ago when it comes to being in society and the people he knows and his relationships. It's such a unique scenario that I'm actually impressed that they didn't just take the easy way out of he's time traveled from 8 years ago, or like when Scotty showed up and it was like he was stuck in the transporter. Like those are all fine, but like it was so well crafted here in this story that I had to remind myself throughout the episode, oh, this isn't. He's not from 8 years ago. Like he is, but he's been living. Like he's the same. It also just got to compliment the little touches between the Rikers visually and in Jonathan Frakes' acting. The beard was different, the hairstyle was combed different, and then their acting. He did such a great job. This is something Brent Spiner does so well. But Jonathan Frakes gets a chance here of just his mannerisms, the way he talks, the way he like even looks in his body, like great stuff.
I was totally able to believe that Lieutenant Riker was a different person when talking to both of them, especially to Troy. I don't like. Maybe because he's never been given the chance, and we see Brent Spiner have plenty of chances to play more than one person, but seeing Frakes do it finally, I mean, he gives himself shit about being a bad actor, or and we've seen in the past he's kind of one note or the other, but seeing him play two different characters so very subtly well, masterpiece. And I also want to touch on the restraints. I appreciate the restraint of this episode so much. Second Riker wasn't evil. He wasn't crazy. It wasn't a ruse by some alien. It wasn't a fucking, this huge plot by some off-screen alien, whatever, with Mark Twain. He didn't die. Such restraint to not go down that campy science fiction route. It stayed in its lane, and its lane was straight on the S-curve.
Nice.
It could. I'm looking. I'm in the writers' room. I'm in the room with the guys with the cigarettes, and I'm just picturing, like, looking at this blueprint and just seeing trash. But LeVar and Renee and Michael Madlock, whatever his name is, they just figured it out. I'm like, no, this is not what the show is. We're going to play this straight as an arrow. And they fucking did it. It was amazing.
It's like the show has matured. It's like it doesn't need those trappings anymore. Like if the bonding was made now, it wouldn't have the alien mom ghost. It's matured. It's like, and it's just so good. It's so good to watch. And it's so funny when like people talk about how like, because we're watching this straight through in order. So like we're seeing this progression. And for a lot of people in the 90s, the show was just in syndication. So you would turn it on and like post season 2, when they change the uniforms, you probably don't know right away if you don't know the episode what season it's even in. And it's like, I can't imagine that, like, if just turning it on in syndication and seeing this episode, I'd be like, oh my God, that was so good. And then, like, seeing a season 3 episode, like, yeah, season 3 was good, but it's like, I feel like I can tell the vibes of the show so differently that I couldn't imagine watching it on, like, a shuffle type experience would be crazy.
Oh, that'd be nuts.
But I'm glad we're not, because, like, I'm glad watching it through, you get to see this progression. And to hit on what you said with Jonathan Frakes and getting chances, I mean, we just had Frame of Mind a few episodes ago where he was great. Yep. I'm glad they weren't afraid to give him another episode right away. And, I love Jonathan Frakes going into the show before we even started it because of Beyond Belief. And I was disappointed as we got into the show with the lack of his character growth. And I think this kind of solidifies that it's not really Jonathan Frakes at all. Like, it's just Riker. I think Commander Riker might be my least favorite Star Trek main character. Like, and I don't want that to be the case, but it's like even in this episode, as soon as Lieutenant Riker shows up, I find myself rooting for him the entire time and like being pissed at Commander Riker, who's just being your typical Commander Riker. It's just wild.
Yeah, that's the fatal flaw of Commander Riker. He kind of sucks sometimes. And if he's not in a very story-driven, personable episode, on the surface, in any other episode, he's kind of a dick, or he's kind of boring, or he's kind of flat. Like, for that character, he's got to be the entire show. I guess to any character. But I don't know. Sometimes on the surface, Riker just makes me think, oh man, this guy's a dick.
Riker, yeah, and he'll have good scenes, but it's never when he's in command or in his job. Like, he'll have good scenes when he's playing poker, or he's joking around with people. He can have good scenes, that character. But then, I don't know. I just feel like if everyone else on the cast, they've all just gotten better and better and better as the show goes on, for the most part. And then, like, Riker's just like how he is in his professional career, stagnant.
Yes, and we talked about this. Like, where does he go from here?
Yeah.
Because everyone else has such a dignified role, but just being number 2 all the time. There's only one place to go, and Picard's not leaving.
And Lieutenant Riker even calls him out in the poker scene when he's like, oh, I thought you were fine with taking second place. And he's like, oh, I know what I have and all this stuff. And it's like, he kind of tries to defend it, but it's kind of like, bro, Lieutenant Riker just got here and he already sees through you. You know, it's like he's probably so disgusted's probably too far, but he's probably like, dude, what the hell? And then we learn the lore that he basically ended it with Deanna to make his career the priority, only to sit on the Enterprise this long as number one and turn down commands. Why the hell did you break up with Deanna, you idiots, if you're just going to stay as number one?
Yeah, and I'm wondering if now Commander Riker is sitting with that thought of, what have I done? And now the other version of myself is out there and got Deanna back, and I'm still just number one.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that, and I'm still just number one. I wonder if that's fucking with his head.
Now, look, being the first officer, that's a high post. I'm not saying it's, you're not an ensign. I'm just saying
and
he's been given the opportunity to go to other ships.
But it's not the Enterprise.
I'd have to rewatch the Icarus Factor, but when he brought it up, because I had forgotten about the element of the plot about his dad being disappointed he turned down command. But I remembered it once he said it. I'd like to go back and watch it to see if he fleshes out more of his explanation there, because I still to this day don't understand, other than maybe his strategy just being to wait out Picard's promotion/retirement. Why are you here still? It's just so ridiculous at this point.
The one explanation I can remember is, why didn't you take command of that ship? It's not the Enterprise.
Yeah. Which is okay. I mean, I guess. but it's just
wouldn't it suck if Picard, something happened and they gave someone else command? Jellicoe comes back.
I mean, look, yeah, chain of command right there. It's like, they didn't let you step up, Riker. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's fun because I usually look at so many things in this show from the real world making the show perspective, and there's an easy answer here. The answer is because they need him on the show, obviously.
Yeah.
But I love, this is one of those topics where I actually do want to dive into the in-universe logic of it and the character logic, and what's the Starfleet politics? What do they think about Riker? Would he ever be the captain of the Enterprise? It's all very fun.
I think Starfleet. I think they've said that Starfleet is, hey, why hasn't he taken a chair somewhere yet?
Yeah.
They're.
Yeah, the one admiral even said, he's not going to keep getting these opportunities.
I mean, it's at some point, are they just going to? What if they just fuck him over? Now you're number one forever, or they demote him? I mean, what do they? I don't know.
I mean, if Picard left, if he got promoted or retired, and then someone else came in, or even if it was someone else on the Enterprise or something, you just gotta retire at that point.
Years later, Thomas Riker is now.
Thomas Riker.
We got a new captain of the Enterprise.
Thomas Riker. Oh, that would be great.
Oh, just Commander. Oh, that'd be fucking
and
horrible.
Speaking of that, I'm honestly, after one episode, more invested in what is the future of Thomas Riker than I am Commander Riker, because at least I know Thomas Riker. But I don't know, they're the same person. Is he going to just then become complacent? I don't know. It's tough.
Is he going to go down the same path that Will Riker did? I don't know. But also, I mean, we said in the reaction, but also attention to detail on the shirt he was wearing. Didn't even recognize it.
Yeah.
With the old season 1 and 2 flaps on the top.
It was deteriorated from the 8 years. Yeah, that was great.
Wore those same clothes for 8 years. Damn.
Yeah. We only brought it up in passing so far, but I want to talk about the fact that LeVar Burton directed this.
Oh, yeah.
He loves his camera swoops, his circles, and it's a great touch.
It is a great touch. Not too much creativity besides that. I mean, there were some very convincing shots when both Rikers were on screen, but every single, same actor playing two different people has that horrible, they're both facing each other in a two-shot, and it never looks good.
Yeah.
Play around with your angles. That's when you can make it convincing. But the straight-on two-shot where they're facing each other eye to eye, it never works.
Especially,
it never works.
Especially in the 90s. It probably looked better on TV then.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, I'm thinking about even Austin Powers and stuff with Dr. Evil. And it's always looked kind of weird. They can do it really well now, obviously. With, Sinners and stuff.
Yeah, Sinners. Do you see that?
I haven't yet. No.
Yeah, not the movie, but they had this thing where they had 3D cameras around Michael B. Jordan's head to capture everything for both scenes. So I just saw a picture and an article title about it. I would love to see the behind the scenes, but how to get every single thing for the other twin to react. I don't know. It was nuts. But back then, and also the double here was pretty good. The back of his head. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I think the Brent Spiner one, especially in Fistful of Data's. But this double's head was very, very close to Jonathan Frakes. So
I never found myself questioning, or misbelieving, or my disbelief being broken. I know you brought up the one shot where they're face to face, but it was just all done so well. And back to LeVar Burton, yeah, I did really love the swooping shots. I just love when a director has something that's their style that you can point out. Colby has the close-ups. Frakes does a lot of the handheld. And, now for LeVar Burton to do these swooping shots, so now it's like anytime, if there's a hook in the future where there's swooping shots, it's like, oh, was this LeVar Burton? But can we talk about how almost every single time they just give a cast member the direction, it's just a banger episode? Not every time, but almost every time. It's just an incredible episode. It's like, do they purposely give them the good scripts? I wonder, or do the actors read the script ahead of time and go, I want this one? Like, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, to think, if I was a director and I read this, oh, I want to direct this, I don't think they'd go, yeah, sure, give it to LeVar. Oh, he wants to direct an episode? Give him this one. I mean, I would want this on my resume.
Yeah.
I directed Second Chances. Fuck yeah.
But
I'd love to know the story if LeVar pitched to want to direct an episode, if you saw Jonathan direct and say, hey, I want to direct too. Because now it's Jonathan, Patrick, and now LeVar have been the 3 cast directors. And I'd love to see all of them take it. I think yeah. I mean, same thing back to I wish we saw back in TOS days. Shatner or Nimoy or Bones, someone direct an episode. I think it'd be very fun to see I don't know, it makes it feel more like a crew working together, just swapping shares.
Yeah, they waited for the movies. They waited for that big payday to be director.
And they made the best Star Trek movie ever, Star Trek 3. But also the tragedy of, I love this scene of talking about, I looked up at the stars thinking, oh, maybe they're having a funeral for me. Oh, maybe she's missing me. Oh, maybe this, maybe that. And in fact, the worst possible outcome happened. There's a version of you out there living your life. No one missed you because you're still there. That just sucks. That fucking sucks. I would have, I think about, oh, I wonder if they miss me. Oh, I wonder if this. Oh, I wonder if they're going to have a funeral for me. None of that. Someone took your life, and it's you. And you can't even blame them. That sucks.
Yeah, that's insane.
Oh, God. Worst possible outcome.
And then from Deanna's side of it, I mean, her whole story, first of all, Marina Sirtis, one of her best scenes in this entire series, that 10 forward scene with Lieutenant Riker, where he tells her about looking up at the stars and thinking about her and thinking maybe she could feel he was still alive, not knowing he fucking is alive. And for her, like, she's a, half betazoid, she's an empath, she can feel people, especially people she makes connections and bonds with, like how she can telepathically, speak to Riker in the pilot. And, at the time, when that was happening, her not knowing, like, even feeling Riker inside of her would have thought it's the Riker that survived. And, like, looking up at the stars, and now being able to think back to that time and going, oh my God, it was you. Like, that changes your whole life. Like, of course she, fell in love with him again. Like, that changes everything. It's, like, so insane that, like, it only works because we know who Deanna Troi is and we know what a Betazoid is and all these things. And they didn't even explicitly say it. They were so restrained. They didn't even dive into the easy, low-hanging fruit of, oh, I'm a half Betazoid, I could feel you. They didn't even have to do it. It's just like, it's already there because we know the characters. Yeah. It's just so good.
Yeah, and what an insane idea of, Will Riker's alive. You're post-broken up at this point, and you're thinking about this person, looking up at them. And maybe you're thinking, oh, I wonder if he's changed his mind, or I wonder if he's thinking about me too, or still loves me. And what if she actually feels that, but she feels it from Thomas Riker? It's like, oh, he still has feelings for me. It's like, yeah, you're getting those feelings from the guy on that planet. It's like, oh my God, it's just a representation of like, this lost love and people change. Oh man, it hurts my brain. It hurts my heart.
It's one of the best stories we've seen in the series that could only be done like because of this. Like, it can only be done in Star Trek. Like, a lot of stuff, like Inner Light and other things where it's like, yeah, this is a really good sci-fi story, or like The Survivors would be another example. Like, that's a really neat sci-fi story. It's kind of just like put into Star Trek, and everyone in Star Trek, everyone in the characters just kind of is in this story. But this is one of those that's like, it's so good because it's these characters, because it's in this world, that it's just, that's why I think it's so incredible, for sure.
All right, I got to read this one from Nolan. Damn it, another TNG episode relying solely on the performance of a guest star. I hope this Frakes fellow manages to carry the episode for you. 6 seasons in, and you'd think they'd want to spend more time delving into our main characters instead of randoms. And in parentheses, this episode is awesome. They considered for a hot minute killing Will Riker and replacing him with Tom Ballsy.
Now that I don't think I would have liked.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either.
As much as I'm shitting on him, that's a lot of history to just kill off and replace with the same actor
who doesn't have that history.
Yeah, that I don't think I would have. It would have been crazy. My brain would have been melted, but.
But I would think about that for the rest of the show. That this is Thomas Riker.
Yeah, but or what if they really had pulled the trigger on what you thought of a switcheroo, and then they don't confirm it. You think Thomas is dead. They don't confirm it, but then they leave it up to
a little tease.
But it's so hard in that scenario. How do you do a little tease without completely giving it away? Because Will Riker would not do anything that would tease it's not him. So, like, if he had come back and he didn't remember something or, like, something like that, it's a little tease. It's Thomas. So, I wonder how they could tease it without it being obvious.
Yeah, you don't want it to be something that tips their hand too much. Like, I don't know, someone picking up a pip or something and going, huh? Or
yeah.
But even though you need more pips or... Yeah, it'd have to be something super subtle in the background that you'd pay attention to, and not something to where it's obvious, front-facing camera. But I don't know what it would be.
Evan Guthrie, Thomas Riker got shafted. He is William Riker in every way, but our Riker gets to keep the first name. We're told that Riker's actions on that mission got him promoted to commander, but Thomas gets no such promotion. And last of all, Thomas Riker has a real chance with Troy, something Will has been unwilling to do all these years, but Will scares her away from him, threatening her with his own insecurities. I liked this episode, but hate how he's treated.
Yeah, he still did the heroic thing. He just didn't make it out because of the cloning thing.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the 10 forward scene that he's mentioning, where he tells her, "Be careful." Basically, I broke your heart, and he's me, so be careful. And I'm actually really glad because after they did that, and then the scene where Thomas comes in and he's like, "Hey, I got this posting," like basically seeming like he's gonna do the same thing. And then they went down to the planet. I was thinking, oh, great. Now that was their last interaction, and now he's going to die. And it's like, oh, he was going to be that same asshole. But that's why it was so great then that he survived. And then, they got their own closure. Still, I don't know how I feel about it. I think it makes sense for Will Riker to say that. And it was also like, he wasn't being selfish or trying to, be malicious. He was being straight up with her. Like, he sees Deanna, as a friend, and he's like, hey, I don't want you to get hurt again. I believed his sincerity. But it just more so, I guess, pissed me off again for Will. It's like, you see Lieutenant Riker, he tried for, 2 to 3 days maybe, and, got her. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, you've been here for 6 years. Unless he just genuinely doesn't have those feelings for her, but seeing how Lieutenant Riker has those feelings, it's like, how did that just go away?
I think he must have got pissed off that he was able to, pull her that easily. So he's like, hey, be careful. He's me, But in a way, you're calling himself a dick, but also, wanting to put himself down. Oh, he'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
He'll mess it up. Yeah, he was very insecure. I don't know. He felt threatened out, This other version of himself comes on and, I think he just alpha puffed his chest out, maybe.
A bigger picture, though, how does it make you feel about, Will and Troy and everything? Knowing this backstory now, and, now it kind of recontextualizes it to be, Troy would be with him this whole time, and basically he just doesn't want to be with her. That's how it makes it all seem now, which I appreciate the lore and the backstory of it, but now it just kind of makes me, hate Will even more.
Yeah, I think they both truly did shelve their feelings, and they were shelved, but then Thomas Riker just brought them up for both of them, maybe. It's like, oh, I forgot about this, and then talking about it again. Because Deanna was very...
At
first, yeah, and then, was brought back up. And I don't know, maybe Will seeing Thomas and all this, brought those memories back up. Seeing yourself with, your former ex-lover, I don't know. It's like seeing a picture of you and your ex. And it's like, shit. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we talked about the whole, kill, switcheroo type here, but Colomini here, I'll give the writers credit for not killing off Thomas Riker. However, I'm taking away that credit for backing out of their original idea of having Will Riker leave the Enterprise to captain another ship, leaving Thomas behind on the Enterprise. Could have really shaken up TNG in a good way. B for Beam just wanted me up, please. Can you imagine that? If I wouldn't like that either. I think it's too much.
Yeah, and I will give a slight asterisk that we know this show is 7 seasons. So, being late season 6 and making this change would have just made the rest of the show feel weird. in real time, not knowing how much longer the show was going to go, in real time, it probably would have felt like, oh, holy shit, this show just got shaken up. So I guess see that, but no, I still don't think I would have liked it. It just...
Yeah, no, you're throwing away 5-6 years of character development for a brand new Will Riker and seeing him.
And like, for what? Like, what's the point other than just shock value? Like, I don't see the point.
Yeah, and plus, all of his scenes, I mean, there'd be so many scenes where he just relearns the stuff we already know he knows, but it's not him. And there probably wouldn't be that much because there'd be other episodes focusing on other characters and other plots and all that. So he'd be just sitting in the background most of the time.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the bond with Data. He doesn't have the bond with Worf. He doesn't have the bond with Picard. I mean, it would just mess it up too much. And then imagine missing this episode when it aired. I mean, that's not the audio. I mean, that's not the show's fault, but that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, why is Riker wearing yellow?
Yeah, wait, what happened? Yeah, and I'll be honest, so like a lot of these takes, I'm not gonna read them because they're repeats, but a lot of people are basically saying that they would have liked that outcome of Tom replacing Will, and I don't see that at all. And this is coming from two of the biggest Will Riker haters. No, we don't hate him.
We don't hate him.
Yeah, but I mean, I would not have liked that at all.
I don't think this. I mean, I'd like the things to change with Riker for him to do something, but I don't think the change is to go back. It's different, but it's basically going back.
Yeah.
And starting over and just second chances. He just does things differently. That's not the right move. I mean, he's got to go forward. Going all the way back.
And it's like, what's even the potential? Like, I would even be more sold on, like, Thomas Riker leaves the Enterprise and gets his own spin-off show where he's on a new ship with a new crew. Where did he say he was going at the end? He was going to the Gandhi, but he said Gandhi.
Gandhi. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a new spin-off show on the Gandhi with a new version of Will Riker. Like, I'd be more bought in on that than have to watch him rebuild awkwardly his bonds with all these people he already loved, as Will Riker, and then it's just awkward and doesn't make any sense. I don't see that at all. I don't know. I mean, maybe someone could comment on the reaction and then flesh that out, how that would have made sense or been better, but...
Yeah, it would have thrown off the equilibrium and the balance of it. Would have been too weird.
Yeah. Ross Townsend said, fantastic work by LeVar Burton in the director's chair, and Frakes gets to stretch his acting legs. Why do you think Deanna didn't choose Tom, and would she always choose career and friendship over Riker, despite early seasons suggesting the separation was Riker's doing? Did they suggest it in the early seasons? I never knew. I thought it was a mutual thing up until now. I didn't know they ever suggested it, but...
She's throwing it back at him.
Yeah.
It's like, well... Choose on the other foot now, and I have a great life on this Enterprise now, and I've gone down the path of choosing you, and I know you're not Will Riker, but you are Will Riker, Thomas, and I have a great life here, and maybe down the road. I mean, she didn't say no, I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah, so she literally threw it back at him 2 different ways in the episode. What I love about it is that no one's the bad guy. Like, when he first has the scene where he comes on, he's like, oh, I'm getting this posting, and I'm like, here we go, thinking they're going to make him the a-hole. But then she even agrees to him. He's like, I can't stay here with him here. And she's like, I know. Like, she doesn't blame him. It's not a matter of him choosing his career.
Yeah, he can't stay there.
It's like, he's not going to stay on the Enterprise, and she needs to stay on the Enterprise, or that's what she wants. So it's like, I love that no one's the bad person. And the fact that, he says, so then it's over, and she's like, no. They put it on hold. And now, will they ever address it ever again? Probably not. But regardless if they do or not, it was, just such a mature script, such a mature story that wasn't dumbed down for idiot audiences, in 90s TV. Like, I just respect it so much.
Yeah, every character's just a victim of the circumstance, and there's no choice anyone could have made that, it's what it is. Unless Thomas or Will killed each other. But they didn't, so...
And they had the chance.
They had the chance.
For a split second, when Will was picking him up, I'm thinking, dude, what if Lieutenant Riker gets up and then shoves him off? I was like,
when he turned around and I saw it for a second, because he's right there, and then he just helps pull him even farther away.
They both got the chance, and they didn't. I'm like, what if he did? So
yeah, and there's it's not the same, but being professional wrestlers, after you wrestle someone, or you get in an altercation with someone, and you come across on the other side, it's a little different. I've gone to wrestling matches, and I'm like, I don't really know this person. And then you come out on the other side, and it's like, okay. There's a little understanding there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in wrestling, it's a fake fight, but it's still, you're doing physical altercations with this person where you're actually hitting each other.
And you're trusting the other person.
You're trusting the other person, and you come out, and they trust each other, save each other's lives, and they did. And you come out on the other side of that, it's a whole different relationship where, oh, hey, how you doing when you first meet? And now when I see, maybe someone I've met once, but I wrestled them once. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, so, and they're not that close at the end, but there's an understanding. There's like, okay.
I mean, and especially for the Commander Riker to Thomas side, where Commander Riker literally had to proactively save his life and risk his own life. He's like, I'm being pulled in, and Thomas is like, just go. One of us has to get back. The classic, leave it, let me go. But he risks only then saves him. Now, you could say it's not because it was Thomas Riker, it's because he would have done that for anybody. It's, he's in Starfleet. But still, even that aside, it's like that understanding that happened between them is just, it was perfect. It was great.
You think he felt a little guilt, too? It's like, oh, I can't let him die like this. He's been stuck here for 8 years, and he just dies.
Well, yeah, that would be so shitty. Also, it's literally himself that he's saving, too, so
yeah.
I'm sure, it's kind of like almost saving a relative or something.
Literally saved himself, yeah.
Wrestling with Gaming says, another fun performance from Jonathan. I'm not much of an actor, frakes. Now, just don't spend any time thinking about the moral implications of the transporter being a perfect clone machine. Add it to the pile next to it reversing aging. Yeah, I actually did like... LeVar Burton's really one scene in the episode, one of his only ones. I know he was in the engineering room, too, with Troy for a second. But his one main scene where he's explaining how it happened, I actually thought that was a good, Technobabble-esque scene, because the way he explained it, at least my understanding is, it's not that the transporter could just do this. It was this very specific scenario where it's it hit the distortion field and the beam had the exact same setup as this field and it cloned this person.
And bounced it back, yeah.
Yeah, it made it seem like it's something that they couldn't even recreate now on this planet if they tried. It was a very specific thing. Or even if they could recreate it on this planet, it would be dangerous. So I appreciated they took that extra step rather than it just being well, the transporter did it. Oh, well. So that was a rare example of Technobabble that I appreciated.
Yeah, and if they tried, it'd be once every 8 years on this one planet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if someone has the time and patience, they could create an army. Well, Prof. Moff. Biggest question now is, does the sex scoreboard have to double all Riker's scores?
I would say no.
I don't think so, because it has to be within the show, and Thomas wasn't here for 8 years.
He didn't have the sex, so.
Do you think him and Deanna?
Oh, in this episode, they did. Oh, they absolutely did.
Yeah, but this doesn't count for Will.
I think they did right there on the floor in that gray room they were in.
During Worf just walks in. Now it's time for class. Ah,
yeah. I will come back.
Oh yeah, just.